Right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about 3D printing. Now, I managed to get a 3D printer around about 3 months ago, and I didn't have a clue. I'd never looked into it or anything, and I want to give a massive shout out to one of my Patreons, Mitch, who's basically shown me how to set everything up. And honestly, once you get going and you know just how to top it up, how to clean it and things like that, 3D printing is so easy. The hardest bit is actually finding the files that you want to print. So today I'm going to talk about 3D printing whilst printing a fantastic Marvel Crisis Protocol model from Nuclear Firefly. They're a pretty new website or Facebook page, and they are offering 3D STL files for a variety of alternate sculpts as well as some new ones. For example, there's Jane Foster Thor available. There is the classic Richard Grant Loki available. There's also Captain Carter and many others. So here we are on the Nuclear Firefly website, and we're just going to have a quick look down at some of the minis that are available. And you can see they're actually €5 each, which is pretty cheap. Works out about $3.50, I think. And there's some fantastic models here. You've got X-23, Captain Carter, you've got Silver Surfer, if anyone's interested in running him, and quite a few bits of terrain as well. So I'm going to buy the Doc Tentacles, or Dr. Octopus file, and we're going to put this into our software and get it ready to print. So this is Chi2Box. This is a free program, and I'm going to drop the files straight into here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the files on the printing area here, which is the grid, to make sure that the most prominent details are at the top. That is essentially going to be the bottom of the print plate. So what I'm going to do is rotate the base and Doc so that you can see that in particular Doc's face is going to be free of supports. There's not going to be anything in the way, and make sure you get all of that detail to come out on the print. Chi2Box is very easy to use once you know what you're doing, but there's tons of tutorials out there, and if anybody has any questions, please get in touch. I will try my best to help out. But what we're now going to do is add support to all of the pieces, and we want light support. I got this set up for spherical tips of support. It enables them to break off very easily. So once both items are selected, we press add all, and you can see here it pre-populates supports. A lot of files you can get that are pre-supported, so you don't need to do the work to do that. Then we will slice the files, and basically this preps it ready for the print, and basically breaks it up into layers. It works out how long each layer will print for, and you can see here it's going to take just over 6 hours to print this, as Doc is quite high, but it's going to cost less than $1 worth of resin to print. Now Chi2Box can be set up specifically to your printer, mine of course being an Elegoo Mars. So once that's been saved onto its memory stick, we will put the memory stick in the back of the Elegoo Mars, and I'm just going to give my resin a really good shake and top up the tank here. I'm using any cubic resin. I like the black colour, and a litre bottle is around about £33 on Amazon. So once the resin is topped up, we'll put the cover on. Select print, press the file that we want, and literally press the print button and walk away. The plate will then lower down into the resin vat and start printing. And what it does is it basically lights up the screen in a cross section and cures the resin to the plate itself. You can see the plate then lifts up and then pushes back down, ready to print the next layer. And it continues until the whole file is complete. And when it's complete, we unscrew the plate. You can see the entire model there on the plate itself. Be careful for any resin that will fall off, and we'll take it across to the table. So I do all my work on this piece of wood, and I often put toilet roll or kitchen roll down just to absorb any excess resin, because we don't want this lying around. And we get a plastic scraper with the printer and just very lightly tap away at the edges, and you can see here that the models will break away from the plate. Some pieces do need a little bit more than others, but you get there. So once we've got them off, we start slowly breaking the supports away. Now, because the resin isn't cured, it is very, very flexible at this point. Just being careful to break all of the supports away. This model is actually a little bit fiddly. Other models that you print will perhaps be quite a bit sturdier, and you can probably be a little bit more firm with them. We'll put him to one side for the minute, and we'll clear the base though. And as you can see, I can be a lot firmer with the base, using my thumb to break those supports away from the bottom of the base. And there we go. So we'll go back and finish off Doc very carefully. So this is a jar, and in it I keep my isopropanol alcohol just to give the model a really good rinse once it's complete. Obviously do this with gloves on. Give it a nice rinse, get all the excess resin off, and put it to one side to dry. Once they are air dry, we are going to shift over to our curer. And this is an ultraviolet curer with a turntable built in, and we're going to set this to cure for around about 5 minutes and press go. And you just leave it here on the turntable. You can see that it's curing it nicely, getting that ultraviolet light across all of the resin to make sure that it's set and it's no longer flexible. And here we go. Here are several of the models that I've actually ended up printing from Nuclear Firefly. You can see here a lot of alternate sculpts that can be very easily used in Marvel Crisis Protocol. We've got X-23 to count as Wolverine. We've got Star Panther from the What If series, which is Star-Lord. We've got Captain Carter. We've got Jane Foster Thor, which obviously is coming in Thor Love and Thunder. And of course we've got Doc Ock, inspired by the trailer from No Way Home, Mr. Alfred Molina. And yeah, these are fantastic sculpts. I absolutely love them, and you can see how easy it is once you've got your printer set up, just how easy it actually is to get alternate models. And it's not just Marvel. There's absolutely everything out there on the internet for you to print. For example, this fantastic sculpture that was very kindly given to me by Mitch and Lucy for my birthday. This is War, one of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse from the game Darksiders, if anybody has played it. I am really, really excited to get this guy painted up, but there's just so many other cool models out there that I want to print and paint. So that's how easy 3D printing is once you get your printer set up. It's as easy as that. It's definitely a hobby in its own, and it's something I'm very glad I took the plunge and got into. From somebody that knew nothing about 3D printing to where I am now, I would still consider myself a very novice printer. I don't know all the answers. But if something goes wrong, it can take a bit of time and effort to fix. But certainly going through the process of printing models is not difficult once you've done it a couple of times. I'm really, really happy I made the decision to get into 3D printing. And hopefully you guys will enjoy some of the stuff that you'll be seeing me build and paint over the coming months on the channel. So if you guys are into 3D printing, let me know what you guys have. What printer do you have? What resin do you prefer to use? Where do you go for your files? There's lots and lots of fantastic Patreons out there that do STL files in exchange for Patreon support, and there's lots of files out there that you can just buy. My mini factory in particular has a lot of stuff. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you again very soon.